Okay, I just got reminded. I just got reminded of what I wanted. Something I wanted to talk about earlier. Hold on, I gotta get more water. This water got warm. And seriously, as I walk around, like I can feel the effect of me walking to town twice yesterday. Brutal. Modern day pudgy fat asses like me who sit in chairs like this all the time, we're not meant to do so much walking. And we need to work up to it like I did before. It's like, anyways. What I wanted to say was, Graham Flatner gets all this flack. He has been getting all this flack. And I saw a video about, it was Hassan Piker, I think, which, is that the guy that was banned from the UK? One of the guys? I don't know. He was like quoting the Democratic Party, basically saying, if you think our flack that we were sending your way in the primary is bad, it's nothing compared to the brutality the Republicans are going to send at you in the main election cycle. I kind of totally agree with that, but whatever. However, that being said, I take kind of a different opinion, especially in Maine, which some people call. I don't know for sure, but I think people think of Maine as like maybe a purple state or whatever. But I think Graham Flatner could win that election by essentially taking the campaign funds and I don't know, not even really spending it on what you would spend campaign funds on. You know, not even really doing rallies or anything like that. Just making sure you have the money to go around and stuff. Have a staff, pay the staff, that sort of thing. Keep yourself afloat. Basically, you don't need to buy ads. You just need to keep your social media stuff alive, which costs nothing essentially. It costs the cost it costs to have a person maintain it, which is what I said before, the cost of staff. And you don't even really need to have that much staff. And then, it's the cost of gas. I think Maine is kind of a decently sized state. So, if it was Rhode Island, but Maine is actually kind of big. Especially in terms of the New England states. So yeah, there's enough to go around and talk to people. I don't know where they congregate. Stop at random people's houses and be like, "Here I am. What up?" Make sure to check out my social sites. How you feeling? I gave some campaign money to this charity because I don't need the campaign money. DNC gave me $5 million, so I decided to give $200,000 to Maine Fund for Orphans or some shit like that, and just be like, I don't know what fucking shit's going on in Maine. I'm assuming he does. I'm sure he can spitfire out some shit going on. Wonder if the election guidelines has specific shit you're allowed to spend it on. Like you have to spend it on ads. That would be bullcrap. But like, just go into like big grocery stores and be like, take out an ad in the newspaper and be like, everybody come to the grocery store. I bought a shitload of food. Like everybody come to the grocery store on Sunday. I'm spending campaign money so everybody can get whatever food they want. You need food? I bought it for you using the campaign ad, using the campaign money. So here you go. All the food this Sunday is free for this town. I know you're struggling. Here. It's not a bribe. I just don't need to buy ads. So fuck it. That sort of thing. Like, who cares? Just give all the money to like the Hunger Task Force. I think that's what it is. That's a good way to spend campaign money. At least the Hunger Task Force was something that was in Wisconsin. Like I said, I don't know if the election commission has a huge set of guidelines on how you're explicitly allowed to spend campaign money, which would be ass. Especially considering in some campaigns, when you raise campaign money and you don't spend it all, you're allowed to keep it afterwards. That's bullcrap. So yeah, I have a much better idea than any of that. It's, you know, the deadline for, when is it? Hold on. So procedures for write-in candidates. This is Texas, by the way. Procedures for write-in candidates in 2026. Filing period. The declaration of write-in candidacy, along with the filing fee or petition in lieu of a filing fee, must be submitted no earlier than July 18th, 2026, and no later than 5 p.m. on August 17th, 2026. What? No earlier than July 18th, 2026, and no later than 5 p.m. on August 17th. Oh, no earlier than July 18th. I thought it was no later than July 18th. So you submit it between July 18th and August 17th. Oh. So it's after the primaries, basically. Huh. For a write-in candidacy for the governorship. And I think you need United States Senator, 5,000 things. Governor, you need 5,000 signatures. Now, I don't know if that's 5,000 registered or whatever, but yeah. For candidacy for governor or U.S. representative. I don't know what is going on here, but my fingers and hands are itching. I'm thinking it might be a detergent that they used, a new detergent they used. Because it started after I got my clothes back. So, I don't know. Whatever. So in order to be a viable write-in candidate, that's when you gotta submit the forms. I guess you submit it somewhere, maybe Austin or something like that. I don't know. Yay. I think the most successful candidate would be a candidate that runs their campaign with nothing. You want to run your campaign good and trustworthy. Run your campaign on nothing. You really want to get people to believe in your ability to serve. Don't ask for anything. Whatever, that's just me. I'm not asking for anything but your vote. Just a little trust, that's all. In this time, why as a candidate do you need any money? I mean, we got the internet, we got YouTube. Everybody's got a phone. I don't see why you need any money. I don't see why any political candidate needs to raise $1 anymore. If they're good enough to rise to the top, they should be able to do it without one penny. So there you go. But that's just me. That's just me and my thinking. You think you need to run TV ads or ads on YouTube? No, I don't think you need to do any of that. I think you just need to connect with a few people, have your YouTube channel, your this, your that, whatever it is, and go out into the world every once in a while to buy whatever you need to buy and do whatever you need to do. And it wouldn't hurt to have a car so that you can travel around. And most people have some kind of income, so they have the ability to travel in some way. And there you are. Now, for a national election, uh, like a presidential election, that you might want to actually, that might be a different monster, actually. I could see still wanting to raise at least some money so you can actually travel around the country. I can see that. But running in your state, even just one state, even in Texas, as big as Texas, California I think that's doable. Even with such monolithic Goliath-like opponents as the Democratic and Republican parties arrayed against you. I think it is doable. Especially if you get multiple write-in candidates in opposition to both parties to gnaw at the Republican Party and the Democrat Party for a position like governor. And you get write-in candidates to chomp at the Democratic nominee and the Republican nominee to take 2-3 percentage points from the Republican Party and 2-3 percentage points each from the Democratic nominee. Then you're going to start to see, some real competition going on. And more importantly, maybe they'll have we'll call it a televised debate, even though it'll be televised and put up on YouTube, whatever. And once you get the Democratic Party nominee and the Republican nominee up against real people, those guys can't handle a debate against real people. They just can't do it. They'll fuck up in big ways. They'll bury themselves when they're up against real people. You'll see their number plummet big time. Just like in the Graham Plattner thing. I know it'll happen. That's why they don't want to. That's exactly why they don't want to They don't want that to happen. They don't want anything like that to happen. These institutional politicians are stooges. They know they're stooges. Anyways, hold on. I gotta set up my bullshit. Yeah. And in addition to being stooges, they know they're shills. They know that they're just mouthpieces and puppets for corporations, for lobbying arms of you name it. I mean, it's not just AIPAC. It's whichever one or ones that give them directly or indirectly truckloads of money. It's not just giving them a brown bag full of cash. That's It's a very, I mean, that's a blunt way. I can't believe that happened nowadays. That's very sloppy, honestly. I mean, because isn't the usual way, do some sort of consultancy or do a speech somewhere and we pay you for the speech, some kind of just BS thing, hire you on afterwards. I mean, even those are BS, but I mean, they're they have surface legitimacy. So I mean, whatever. Like I said, sloppy. All right. Some random thoughts. Tax rich people, kneecap rich people. Tax what about working boobs?